Mm-hmm. Let's see. Why is this being weird? Oh! There it is. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Where's the mic? Let's see. Oh no, it's all tangled. Okay, okay. Let's see. 21 views. Okay. How are we doing? What's happening? What is any of this? Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright. So, the last time I streamed this, I thought I had been streaming for like 3 hours because, I don't know what the numbers on my second screen look like, or I don't know what they mean. I don't know what any of these numbers mean, and I have no concept of time. So, yeah. When we left off, we had talked to Winnie and got some equipment for the escape pod so we don't die from the acid rain. So that's nice. Okay, this is right where I left off. Cool. Good morning, Squid. I received notice that the Holocene chamber had been successfully accessed. How did it go? It was okay. I see. Well, I hope it was not too much to ask. Or these personal meetings should help us sort out the escape ship more quickly. How's the volume? If anyone's watching, listening, doing whatever. Yesterday, it was real weird. Okay. Good, I think. Okay. And you can hear me okay, and the game volume's not wonky. Cool. I'm already crunching numbers on her ideas. I think this plan of ours is going to really help us out. In any event, you can return to the core when you're ready. I've got some new mission options for you today. Messy. Look at all this mess. Yeah. Hello again, AI friend. Now that you've been to the comms relay, we have the holosim chamber working. I think it's time to branch out a bit. You have a few choices. First, we can try to recover plant material at agrodomes. We need to start equipping the escape ship with material for food processors. Leslie Baradwaj? Yeah, that sounds right. Ran the Agrodome, so if you head there today, you can meet her tonight in the holosim chamber. Next is what the colonists called the Caves, our mining and processing center. The mine is available to visit. We could use more resources for fuel. Resource Manager Jean Lamumba was responsible for energy production, so if you head there, you'll see him tonight in the holosim chamber. Next is, well, Colony B. Due to recent shifts, it's finally accessible again, although I am reluctant to send you there. It's likely in a terrible state, but it might still have parts we can salvage for the escape ship's thrusters. Unfortunately, we have no choice but to check. If you do visit there, tonight you'll get to meet Director Pierre Tong, tonight in the holosim chamber. He might not like what we discover, though. Discovering more about each colonist is key to our survival. The more you can connect with their constructs, the more help they'll be to each of us. When you're ready, you can head south to the shuttle bay to plot a course for one of the areas. Yay! Here? Here? Inaccessible. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I parked in this hallway like a dumbass. Yes. Time to drive. I'm so good at that. So, where should we go? The domes? The caves? The colony? Whatever this is inaccessible. How about we go to yeah, let's go to the let's do the food one, I guess. Mew, mew. Oh, hello, bird. Are you trying to land on the TV? This is the main grow dome in the facility, where the colonists used advanced hydroponics to grow base food for processing. You can't see it from the ground, but the top of that building is like a giant round basin and was designed to catch rainfall and collect it. The top layer of the building processes rain to remove the acidic elements and treat it to be potable and suitable for plants. Once you're inside, you should be able to see the various grow rooms, but my readings seem off. Something's not entirely right. You can't give me a little more information than that? Like, am I gonna find a squatter in there? Have the plants turned evil? What do you mean not quite right? That's not right. The decontamination chamber you're in should be scanning you and clearing the air of toxins before you enter, to protect the operation inside. It doesn't appear to be working correctly. Be careful in there. Oh man, and look at these vines. What are they doing? This is space. You can't just do that. Be coming out of walls and stuff. Oh, that's such a big plant. What are you doing? Based on what I'm reading, the facility seems to be quite a state. I sure did notice, AI friend. Remember, we're here to find salvageable plant samples that we can use to keep the food processors running here until we escape. But first, you should find something that would indicate what the crew were dealing with. Try to look for research notes on tables or desks. What are these? Big green boy. Yeah, it is a big green boy. What happened? Those research notes, handwritten by multiple people. Things must have been chaotic based on these. I can confirm of the crew members, Leslie Bharadwaj, of course, as the facility manager. She was always on duty, and she would have been here to the very end. Ashley Hainsworth, the chief genetics researcher. She and Miss Bharadwaj had very different points of view, if their personal logs were any indication. Personal meaning, so... Meaning what? Meaning they had arguments about Agrodome, procedure and protocol in general, many times. Miss Bharadwaj was an excellent leader, though a bit of a reluctant one. She preferred consultation with her subordinates and open discussion. Miss Hainsworth, on the other hand, felt that leadership required a stronger hand, and the situation got worse. Their differences became more pronounced. Were they fist fighting in front of the green plants? Two leafy greens, chamber 2. Not yet. What's here? What is here? What is any of this? The flowers chamber inaccessible, because this big green boy is in the way. Agroponics Dome Administration. What else we got in here? Roots and Tubers Chamber. Legumes Chamber 2. Leafy Greens Chamber 1 inaccessible. I want to see the potatoes room. Fist fight blood make plants grow. You know, you're not wrong. Oh, what are these red things on the ground? It looks like a seismic event collapsed one of the walls here. You may be able to squeeze through, though. Cool. No, not yet. What are these? You have no comment on whatever this is? Who is this? Oh, I'm sorry, Squid. You appear to have found the corpse of Arlo Jaeger, the production supervisor. His body is trapped beneath the rubble of that wall. It looks like he attempted to keep himself alive with produce in that room, but either the tainted crops got the better of him, or help simply never came. Tainted crops? What's wrong with them? Is it 'cause they're big and angry looking? Alright, pass through the rubble. Oh, look at these. Neat. Some flowers. Who's pollinating these flowers? What is this? Look at note. It's a note from horticultural technician Florent Marchand. Special ventilation for this room is permanently shut down. Nothing we can do about it. There's an addition. If you two could have stopped bickering, maybe you'd have done your job. These crops wouldn't have failed. Oh. That's a shame. Huh. Is that all what else is in here? Can I scan this? Can I scan this? Or this? How about this? Anything? Is that all that's in here? Okay. Look at my stylish scarf whipping around. Okay. I guess that's all that was in the potato room. Not even any potatoes. Beans room. Oh. Angry vines. What is this note? A note from horticultural technician Florent Marchand. Please note, solution tubes are leaking due to faulty seals. New ones are being printed and will be installed. I know it sucks, but I'm backed up with repair requests. Ah, poor Florent. So busy. Okay, so things weren't taken care of properly because the people in charge kept arguing, I guess? Couldn't get things done? Let's try here. Oh, flower. Check machine, password required. Okay, look at note. It's a note from horticultural technician Florent Marchand. Use of the processing machine without my say-so is expressly forbidden. Since you keep going around my back, I've password locked it. You want in? Pay attention to my warning next time. Oh, okay. Good find. That data pad still has some power left and doesn't seem to be password protected. Let me see if there's anything of use. It seems to contain a private chat thread between Ashley, the chief genetics researcher, and Arlo, the production supervisor. That's the body we found in the other room. I'll read it to you. Ashley. So, now you see what I mean? Arlo. Yeah, it's like she's afraid to make a decision. Ashley. Exactly. Ashley. She seems to freeze when things like this happen. Arlo. I agree that this situation with the toxins needs to be dealt with more quickly. Oh. Oh, you can't be, taking your time with toxins in plants? That's no good. Ashley. Don't be so diplomatic. You're sounding like her. I think we have a huge problem here. She needs to make a decision. The chat log ends there. It seems like some of Leslie's subordinates didn't agree with her leadership style. I guess so. What are these? Good work. You found something that can help us. According to these notes, a toxin of some kind compromised the whole facility, impacting food growth. There's a detailed analysis on the toxin here. I might be able to use these formula to reconfigure your scanner. Yes, this will work. You should be able to scan whatever plant life you come across now and determine if it is suitable for processing. We need to find specimens that are at least 60% viable for processing. That's a pretty big margin of error, but okay. Some shoes! Oh, these are some big-ass boots. They're like, this, up to my knees. Who wore these? Was Ashley a giant? Am I just very small? I would like to scan this plant. This one? No. I can't scan those plants. How about this one? No. This one? No. Bet she was a giant. Those pillows are huge. Scan this plant. Well, this is a surprise. This plant is entirely unknown, and not one of the varieties commonly grown in the domes. Oh, did the terraforming stuff work? Is this a plant native to the planet? Somehow, it's thrived within the toxic environment. Your scan shows it's 92% viable for processing. Oh. Okay. So is it local or is it earth plant? What? You're not gonna tell me? That's cool. Let's check out these plants in here that probably killed our buddy Arlo. Can we not scan them? Oh. Scan! You've scanned some modified potatoes. Their rich color comes from the extra vitamins and minerals they carry. These are potatoes? It's a sphere! What? How? What did you do? It looks like these potatoes were heavily affected by the toxin. They're only 35% viable for processing. What are the potatoes doing on this part of the plant? They look like tomatoes. Big round head-sized potato orbs, blood potatoes. I mean, that sounds like a tomato. Right? Was I in the beans room? Yeah. Tomato. Potato. Yeah. Alright. Fair enough. What do we got in here? What are these? These are flowers growing at the base of vines. They appear to either be resistant to the toxin or have invaded the dome, or a result of them. Likely they took root within the filtration and drainage systems below, and crawled their way through the grate. But can I eat 'em, is the question. What? What is this? You've scanned rampion, an ancient earth vegetable. Geneticists recently revived the strain for its hardiness and nutrition. Excellent work. This leafy green is still 75% viable for processing. Neat! What is this? It's a note from Florent Marchand, the horticultural technician. It reads, "The ceiling tracks were damaged by the sudden growth of vines. Due to damage, auto sprinklers have been able to move correctly. This room is probably beyond repair." Huh. Well, it's fine. It's not... It's soggy in here, but, you know, you're full of plants and they like that. This is promising spinach. That spinach is generally quite rich and nutritious. Lab modifications have made it exceptionally so. It's been compromised somewhat by the environment, but we can still use some of it. It's 61% viable for processing. Cool. Spinach is good, I guess. I don't... Let's see. Let's go back in here. In the beans room. Scan these beans. That lentil plant still looks fairly vibrant. The surface details suggest it's mostly intact. Yes, the scan confirms it. Excellent find. That plant is 89% viable for processing. Cool. Ooh, I can scan the angry vine. Those green bean vines? That's what that is? Were once fast-growing and efficient, but they appear to have withered and dried now. Unfortunately, the scan confirms this. They're not even 7% viable for processing. Is that why it looks so angry and thorny? Okay. The thick vines have really taken root here. You won't be able to get in through those right now. Okay. Those vines are blocking the door. You'll have to find another way to get them out of your way, I guess. The machine has timed out and requires a passcode to unlock it. Do you want to enter a passcode? Yeah. Potato? I don't know. So, the password was set by the technician. So it's, I guess we'd have to find out more about who that is and what they would have made into a password. There's no point in leaving until we get what we came for. Okay. Scan this plant. An unknown species of flower has sprung up in this hydroponic system. It appears to have mutated from another strain. I'm checking the flowers again to see if these are even edible as a food source. It appears not. They are too alien for our systems. These flowers are barely 5% viable for processing. Okay. What else we got here? What? Huh. Now what? What do I do? There must be something. I can't leave. Do I gotta figure out that password for the machine first? What's on the shelf? There are an assortment of reference text as well as leisure reading on the shelf. There is also a collection of holotapes. Oh my, they look to be bootleg movies. Piracy is alive and well in the age of whatever this mess is. There are drama, action, and even romance films, all entirely illegal copies that someone must have covertly brought with them, or scanned via the interspace net. If the situation wasn't so dire, I would be inclined to note this in my next report to Hudson Cartier Mission Control. But given the circumstances, it hardly seems a priority. AI, you're a snitch. Guess I'm not surprised. Let's see. I must need the password for this before I can do other stuff. Scan this giant bed. That wall-mounted cot is similar to your own bed. It was meant for short-term rests for the colonists who work here. Sometimes longer than normal hours were required, and that break room was used as a temporary sleeping quarters often. Oh, so it's a big bed for lots of sleepy researchers. Okay. That doesn't explain the giant shoes, though. But whatever. Okay. Is there something here? Can I go in here? No. Let's see. What do I do? Can I scan this? Examine the water tube. This tube feeds water collected on the special roof to the hydroponic systems here in the dome. It looks terribly corrupt, though. The water seems heavily saturated with a toxic material that shouldn't be in the system. Okay. Car. Let's see. What do I do? I can't get through the vines. Look at the rubble pile. The dome is in pretty bad shape. It looks like the walls have collapsed here, and there's lots of damage all around. There were other labs around the other side of that corridor, but you won't be able to access them. We'll just have to focus our efforts here. Well, that sucks, AI, because I don't know what else you want me to scan. Lentils. Let's see. Look it out. Solutions are leaking faulty seals. It sucks. Okay. Legumes, chamber 2. And do I gotta find something to get? Yeah, I gotta find something to get these vines out of my way. But what? What can I do? I don't think I have anything. Someone give this spacesuit friend a knife. Stab my way through the vines. What do I do? leave. There's gotta be a thing. Can I get a rock? Can I beat the vines down with a rock? No. Is there something in these notes from the technician that give me a hint to the password? I nodded off, too calming, paying attention now. Okay. Well, I scanned all the things I can scan. I don't have a password for a machine. And I gotta get these vines out of the way. I don't know what to do. Can I wear these giant boots? Stomp the vines down? You know how many letters password is. I can enter it can be a pretty long password, I guess. Confirm? No. Alright, I don't... Exit. Uh-oh. Yeah, I know, right? Alright. Use of the processing machine without my say-so is expressly forbidden. Since you keep going around my back, I've password locked it. You want in? Pay attention to my warnings next time. I wonder if is there a clue in the notes left by the technician? Okay. This room is probably beyond repair. Maybe the caps locked words go back to warning note? Warning note, the one on the machine? You're on the case. You're doing it. I am doing it. Okay. I think I figured out the password. I have a strong inclination. Okay. Beep. I wonder. Let's do it. How about this? job. Sucks. Oh, what a mood. LOL, this job sucks. Yeah. It's a processing machine. Colonists would take crops and turn them into raw materials for food processors and life support systems. However, it looks like it's been reconfigured. Yes, can I help you, Peapod? I see. Judging by the data, Miss Bharadwaj and her crew were trying to create an herbicide to fight off the invasive vines. That's exactly what I'm looking for. It looks like they partially succeeded, but they may have had to abandon the dome before their work finished. Why? Likely another seismic event forced them out. Someone began an automated procedure here, but didn't collect the results. By activating the machine again, you've confirmed the procedure. According to this, a successful herbicide was made. The machine should dispense it to the slot beside you. Yeah. Beep. Yeah, get that herbicide. That herbicide can be applied directly to vines. Are there any areas where vines are getting in your way? You know what, AI friend? There are some vines in my way. Like this guy. Let's see what happens when you apply the herbicide to those vines. Yes, Jonathan, I know. You bird. Ew! It just slithered away? It just slithered away! Like some kind of horrible... Ew! The vines seem to have recessed. You can access that area now. Scan these. Photo of dog! This is the most important photograph I will ever find. That printed photograph is faded and damaged, but I can still make out its general image. It appears to be that of a breed of canine known as Corgi. The dog is at an earth farm of some kind. Corgis are often used for small-scale herding of animals, such as bovines. Their diminutive stature allows them to avoid being kicked. Put in your empty photo frame in your room. I want to put this sweet dog in my picture frame. Maybe Miss Bharadwaj knows something about this dog. You can ask her about it when you see her in the holosim chamber. Oh, I am so looking forward to it. Scan this plant. These were flowers that Miss Bharadwaj was growing. She seemed to be using substantial resources purely for aesthetic purposes. Can you visit Holodog, maybe? Oh, I hope I can visit a Holodog. That'd be amazing. 10 out of 10 game. A certain percentage of dome production time and materials were dedicated to this, for psychological and community purposes. I don't believe this effort, however, was within the allotted amounts. Miss Bharadwaj seems to have taken quite an interest in flowers. Hey man, everyone was dying and she was probably very sad. Cut her some slack. What is unclear, however, is whether these were grown during normal production or after the toxins set in. Either way, this broken bulb has been too greatly affected. We cannot use them for our purposes. How about this one? Chicory flowers. That broken bulb contained chicory, which was often used as a coffee substitute. The flowers look fairly healthy. Unfortunately, prolonged exposure to the air and polluted water means the plant is only 23% viable for processing. Well, that's okay. I got a picture of a dog, and that's all I really needed from that room, honestly. Yeah. Let's see what happens when you apply the herbicide to those vines. Ew! The vines seem to have recessed. You can access that area now. It looks like you're too short to reach the broken bulbs. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe if I were a giant like whoever left those boots. Oh, a body! Who are you? Oh, I regret to inform you that you've discovered the body of Florent Marchand, horticultural technician. His remains are quite old, and your scan reveals little in how he died. Hello, birds. I know, it's exciting. I know. I know. There appears to be severe trauma to his skull. That could be from a heavy blow, or a sudden impact if he fell. Are you suggesting he was murdered? There is a ladder here suggesting he was using it to repair something, but I can't be sure. Okay. Maybe he just fell then. But I choose to be suspicious anyway. That's specially modified garden cress. This variety is far more nutritious than its natural version. It looks like only that plant survived, but we're in luck. It's 78% viable for processing. Someone took a ladder to him, pro wrestling style. Maybe. Maybe. There was apparently a giant working here. Maybe it was Ashley. Ashley the giant. Angry about the jobs not getting done to her standards. Smashed this guy's head in with a ladder. This doesn't solve our long-term goal of stalking the escape ship, but at least it stabilizes things while we keep working. When you're ready, head back to the shuttle and plot a course back home. That'll be it for today. Hooray! Bye, Florent. Sorry you're dead. That sucks. Hopefully you weren't murdered, but I think you were. The poisonous plants that have invaded that dome are strange indeed. We are fortunate to even find as few samples as we did for our use. It looks like Miss Baradwaj and her staff were scrambling to figure out how to combat the toxin and revive the food system. After the Rift event, so many things fell apart. We're discovering more and more evidence of that. I suppose there's nothing more to be done here. You should get back home and out of that rain. Yeah, I don't want to die of acid. Back to colony. Driving along a cliffside. Do 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 do. I wonder why they let you move the little car around during that scene. Is that a thing I'm gonna have to worry about doing later? I'm glad to see you made it back unharmed. Please come to the core right away so we can process your findings. Okay. Weird spoopy drive music. Yeah. Well, I can only hear a little bit of it under the birds. Do, 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 do. Okay, all the data you collected today is synced and ready to be worked on. You did well out there. Since you went to the aggro domes, you'll be able to visit Miss Baradwaj in the Hollow Sim chamber tonight. You can retire to your quarters when you're ready. I'll call for you when the Hollow Sim chamber is available. Yeah! 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 I forgot where I was going for a second. This bucket. I hate this bucket. Meh. Rest for a while. Oh. It's time, Squid. The Hollow Sim chamber is ready for you now. Just head in when you're ready. Have a good evening. Okay. This way. In here. Boop. Begin program. Oh, it's so cute. Look at all this corn. Oh, hello there. It's nice to finally get to meet you. I'm aware of your trip today, at least partly. How did the mission go? It was okay. Just okay? I mean, I hope you got what you needed. If what the AI said was true, you'll need everything you can get. I've just been here, tending my garden. It's odd that now I'm in, well, this. I guess that I finally get to do what I love. Back in the aggro domes, we were under a lot of pressure, managing the staff, and the operation was so important, but if I'm being honest, it was always the plants that I loved. The process of it, the puzzle of it all, you know? Tell me more! Well, you know, the others were obsessed with radios or drones or ships. With me, it's always been about plants. When I was little, my family had a small farm, one of the few that were left. By then, agriculture was almost entirely automated. It was illegal to sell the crops we produced. Too much regulation. Too many companies controlling our food. You probably remember that. So we were only able to feed ourselves, which was also technically illegal. What? Why? That's stupid. Everything we grew was natural, or as close as we could get. But after my parents died, I couldn't afford to keep the farm. To fend off the legal challenges from the companies who claimed we were stealing patented seeds. A bunch of bastards. And somehow, I found my way here. Hudson Cartier gave me my labs, gave me my farmland, let me set up greenhouses. Capitalism, I know. Again, just let people have plants. All the rations we had here, those were all designed in my lab, tested in my fields. All I ever wanted was to work with plants. Do you know what I mean? I get you. Really? That's comforting, in a way. When you're the director of an operation like that, it's hard to find people who share your passions. When I signed up to come out here, I was thrilled with the idea of cultivating and nurturing an entire ecosystem. I mean, Hudson Cartier had a plan, of course. There were stages to terraforming, the ultimate one being really the creation of life. Just imagine it, this whole world, green, lush, vibrant, just like Earth used to be. The promise of that kept me going every day. All I ever wanted was to work with plants. Do you know what I mean? How so? Well, it's like anything else. It's rewarding to be challenged, to break new ground. Plants are like that for me. Maybe it's different for you, but the thrill of seeing life grow between your hands, under your feet, it's magical for me. Especially since this facility is so cold otherwise. All these prefab halls, building block pieces, everything in its place. Plants, flowers, trees. You can only impose so much order on them, you know? They soften the edges, reduce the monotony. But now, all I have left is this little garden, and it isn't even real. And I guess, nor am I. Oh, Squid, what are we going to do? It's okay. It's fine. I mean, you know, you're already dead, sort of, so it can't get too much worse, right? I mean, maybe for me, but, you know, spacesuit friend is fine. He's fine with it. Most of the time I forget that I'm just a stupid hologram, a simulation, but sometimes I remember and I can't think about anything else. Listen, let's change the subject, otherwise I won't be able to calm down. You must have some questions. Something you want to talk about? I want to talk about the dog photo. Oh, that's Charlie, my old dog. Wherever did you find this? Boy, I do miss that old corgi. I don't get to see it. I want to see it. Poor Charlie. I don't know how long it's been. Before I committed to Hudson Cartier and eventually to this, I had to give him up. He was the best. I tried to make him a working dog, but to be honest, he was kind of lazy, and I wasn't great at training him. Charlie would sort of pretend to listen to me, but he always had his own agenda. I was a sucker for it. He was just too charming, that scruffy little guy. He's probably, well, gone by now. The farmer who took him was great to him, I know. Good old Charlie. I'm so glad you brought this to me. It's nice to think about the old farm. It helps me focus. I think I can work even harder on these fixes for your ship now. Hell yeah. Doggo makes everything better. Let's see, I want to talk about the domes. Sure, I can tell you more about the agrodomes. Before everything went askew, it was quite the place. You probably only saw the main agricultural dome. That's where all the production took place. It was really something else. Prior to coming here, we had researched for a decade the kinds of plants we could cultivate. We went through so many trials for stability, nutrition, efficiency. We couldn't bring meat or animals, but they were just too costly and difficult to manage. I'm real glad you didn't bring animals, because look at what happened to those plants. Could you imagine, like, a cow or something? Just, like, gone weird like those vines did? I'm not about that. But the food processors could take plant parts and create so much with them. That technology was headed up by a team that Pierre appointed. My job was to find the right plants, the ones that could be used for hundreds of different things. We actually lost more seeds than we expected during space travel here, so in a way, we started behind schedule. Finally, I was able to farm for real, not just to feed myself, but to supply an entire system. I think my parents would have loved it. Is there anything else you'd care to talk about? I would love to talk about your staff, and the beef you had with Ashley, especially. Yeah, okay, we can talk about them. Although, I warn you, I'm better with plants than I am with people. I got that impression, yeah, I figured. I think one of the other reasons I love working with plants so much is that they're systems I can understand. People are different. The lab work, farming, it's all complicated and often hard to predict, but people are just more so. Being the chief at the domes reminded me of that. If I'm being honest, I would have preferred to be in the labs all day, not managing people. I'm not sure I was the best at it. Well, I know I wasn't, although I can't quite remember why. I guess the AI's version of me isn't as complete as it should be. I do remember, however, Ashley. She was the chief genetics researcher, and we didn't always see eye to eye. Yeah, she kinda hated you a little bit, I think. You know, just before the Rift event, I recall us having quite a heated argument. She wanted to push ahead with the new strain of tuber, and I disagreed. I can't thank you enough for coming here to visit. It does get lonely here, even if it's beautiful. I hope you'll come back again sometime. Aw, you bet, plant lady. That would be great. It helps to talk about these things. To go over old details, it'll help keep me sharp so I can help you with your ship. I'm going to go back to my garden now, I suppose. Good luck, Squid. I hope to see you again soon. Okay, bye, plant lady. It was nice talking to you. Yeah. Alright. I guess... Where am I going? I guess it's time to take a nap again. Man, spacesuit friends' sleep schedule's gotta be pretty wonked up. waking up at these weird hours. Oh well. Oh, look at those pixels. So purple, so blue, so good, so space. Day 3. Good morning once again. The hologram seems very motivated. Did you have an enjoyable time last night? You bet. Good guess. Is that okay? Yes! Excellent. Our decision to augment our efforts with holograms is proving to be the right one. This is great news. As long as they feel inspired to aid you, I believe they'll excel in their work. Please keep this in mind. There are 2 more areas you can explore to further our goal. Come see me in the core again, and you can begin your day. Yeah! Let's see. Where should we go today? Maybe danger area. Boop. There are still 2 more areas I'd like you to check out while we can. Please go south to the shuttle bay to choose your mission for today. Remember, when you choose an area, you can see which hologram is associated with that area, if that's important to you. Whee! Let's see. I think we'll go to a new area. And it'll be... I wonder what this is. It's an inaccessible area. Maybe I get to it after I do the other things. Yeah, let's go to the caves, I think. Oh no, I was gonna go to the other one. That's okay, I'm going here, that's fine. Woo. And a space pod. Yeah. Though the planet's landscape is hostile, its core is rich with minerals and a special kind of crystal that we can process into fuel. Hudson Cartier did decades of research to understand this crystal and how to exploit it for energy needs of the colony. I'm not sure why our colleagues chose to call this facility the Caves, but it contains the administration offices that lead to the mining operation. After the Rift event, the caves have been offline. I need you to investigate and find if there's anything left to process. Yeah, I can do that, sure. Did the AI imply you have to get the holograms to like you to keep them interested in helping? I think so, yeah. I think that's what you gotta do. That probably has something to do also with, the romance plot lines you can pursue, if I understand the back of the box right. Yeah. So, you know, that's okay. I can make friends with some hollow people. Come to think of it, what was my job on this colony? I assume I've been here the whole time. Huh. Oh well. This administration building is where Mr. Lumumba and his staff worked. So far, it seems surprisingly intact. mascot? Maybe I was. I do have a stylish scarf, and, you know, I feel like that's enough to be a mascot. So, maybe. Before we do anything else, let's check out Mr. Lumumba's office. It should be the door to your right. You've got that jaunty walk, too. I sure do. I'm just oozing style. Where am I going? Here. Office. Let's check out Mr. Lumumba's terminal. Maybe there will be some answers there. That's cool, but I want to look at these giant shoes. Inspect bookshelf. Row upon row of technical books regarding mining. The shelf is covered in mold and dirt from the damaged ceiling. Gross. I keep saying, giant shoes, giant bed. Maybe I'm incredibly small. I must be tiny. Tiny little space friend. Use terminal. We need to access this terminal, but it appears to need facial recognition to unlock it. The system isn't completely accurate. Maybe there's a way to get around it. Maybe I'll go find a picture and I'll put it in front of the thing. Are you a tiny droid? And that's why you gotta romance holograms? Oh, maybe. That would also explain why I don't have a face. Scan this. The lobby was decorated with plants grown in the agrodomes. They would have looked beautiful in that grand space, but they're sad and dead. Oh. This is the command center for the mining facility. All the actual mining was done by drones. It's much safer that way. Our operations staff managed the drones in the mine from here. They tracked blasting, sorting, delivery, everything. There isn't much trace of the staff here, though. That's odd. I don't have records of an evacuation. Okay. Yeah, come to think of it, we've only found a couple corpses. That's kind of weird. Right? That terminal shows an account of all of the drones that were deployed to the mine. Their statuses all read offline. That coffee pot. Spoopy. I'm also interested in this. Oh, a photo. I thought it was something weird. I'll get back to it. Click. It seems to be stuck in some sort of error loop. A warning keeps flashing on the screen. Ventilation failure. Oh, did everyone die in a ventilation thing? Like, are they all in a room? Dead? And sad? Oh. Inspect the broken monitor. These big displays showed the staff the real-time movements of the drone, plus general conditions and other data. Unfortunately, that monitor has been damaged, so it won't be much use to you. Okay. Scan this. That lounge area appears surprisingly opulent. It's 2 chairs and a tea service for 2. How is that? Whatever. Even amongst all the debris, those synthetic leather chairs are not cheap. Modern-day mining operations seem much more comfortable compared to the mines of 100 years ago. How far in the future are we, by the way? Maybe fancy cookies on the plate. Yeah, that could be. I can't inspect this coffee. How old is it? 16 years old? I could still drink it. I bet I could. Let me. There's a low-power photo frame device on the counter. Oh. You're tiny next to the coffee pot, too. Yeah, I am tiny next to the coffee pot. Am I a little person? Space child. Feral space gremlin. Low power photo frame device on the counter. It's currently flashing a photo of Manager Lumumba, who's smiling. The frame gives it a convincing 3D effect. Oh, that's an interesting grab animation. What's over here? I'll come back to it. Let me in. Look at this. Look at this computer. Let me in. Research Manager. Lumumba's terminal contains all the usual reports and statistics of the mine's operation. There is, however, a voice conversation between Mr. Lumumba and Director Pierre Tong. I'll give you the details. Jean. Don't you see what's happening out there? Pierre. I see just fine. I'm handling it. Jean. Admit it, Pierre. Just admit we're all screwed. The Rift event has doomed us all. Pierre. It's not like that. AF4B/3B has every distress signal we've got firing back home. We're going to be fine. Jean. Fine? Colony B is a smoking ruin. Everyone's blaming you, you know. Our genius leader, completely out of his depth. Pierre. We're going to be fine. We're prepared for this. I'm prepared for this. Those idiots are just freaking out. Bro, they're all sad and dying. I don't know why you're so confident. Whatever. Jean. Because you're not leading them. Because... Oh, damn it. Pierre. Jean, what is it? Jean. I have to go. Someone is trapped down in the mines. I have to go. Someone was trapped in the mines? Why were there people in the mines? I thought they only sent drones down there. Why? Pierre. Jean, you can't go down there. Don't be an idiot. The audio file cuts off there. That's all I can extract from the terminal. Huh. That's awfully suspicious. Let's inspect this. That monitor shows a real-time overview of what's going on in the mines. The blue indicator is where you are right now. Those red areas, though, those indicate humans who shouldn't be in the mines during operation. They could indicate survivors I couldn't account for. You need to get down there and verify if anyone is still alive. I don't think they're alive, though. Survivors. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna find some dead bodies. Plant hybrids. Oh, maybe. Maybe. In the other room it said something about a ventilation problem, so I don't know, maybe people went down into the mines to hide out and then they died? Tomato orbs. Are you suggesting the staff of the agrodome became the tomatoes? Huh. Yes. You know? Maybe. It is a sci-fi and everyone's a little weird, so maybe. This is the sorting chamber. You can still see some of the special drones attached to the pillars up there. They maneuver around to sort the various crystals within the mining aggregate and package them up in safety containers. Yes, I see. Cute little drones doing their best right up until they died. I'm reading very dirty air down there. It looks like part of the mine suffered a cave-in. It must be stifling in there. Look at blast marks. Based on those blast marks and debris around them, I'd guess someone used an explosive to remove the rubble that used to be there. With all the cave-ins caused by the seismic activity, it was likely a last resort to escape. What is this? Exclamation mark. Downward arrow? Okay. What's over here? Scan it! You seem to have scanned a portable data log. It must have got accidentally picked up with the mining aggregate. This apparently belonged to Jean Lumumba. It appears somewhat damaged, but I'm able to pull a fragment of the original audio. Here it is, as best as I can access it. This is Jean Lumumba, resource manager. I tried to help out. They got stuck down there. 2 of them. Pause. Viktorov and Fisher. As much as I hate to admit it, maybe Pierre was right. This place, pause, might be where I die. That is where the log ends. It seems to be the first part of a series of recordings. If he's dead, where's his body? Probably in another part of the mine, maybe. Enter refuge station? Is that where the dead bodies are? Oh, I bet that's where I bet there's bodies in there. Trying to hide out from scary seismic activity and then dead. Okay. Let's see. Can I go? No. I can just go over to this door over here. That's okay. Descend the chamber. That's where the excavation drones bought the blasted aggregate and loaded it in automated carts. The air is even fouler down there. Hello, drone. That drone looked like it failed when exposed to more dirt than it was designed for. It was definitely overworked. Aw, poor little guy. That's a collection of motor function parts from an excavation drone, or at least the basics. Many small parts have been removed. That's weird. Why? Who took that boy apart? What is this? Is this a tomato? No, it's not a tomato. Looks like some safety caps were left down here when people left. Why were there people down here? I thought they didn't come in here. Let's go in here. Oh. Hi, buddy. Who are you? Body of Carlotta Viktorov. Those remains, of excavation supervisor Carlotta Viktorov are surprisingly well preserved. She must have sealed the chamber herself in that... She must have sealed herself in that refuge chamber. She's holding on to some crude notes, apparently scrawled on the back of pages to an emergency manual. The notes read like some kind of last statement. Someone tried to dust the dirty droids. Yeah. Maybe. I guess. Escape ship needed energy, came to get my secret stash of processed stuff. Cave-ins forced me in here, without ventilation. Air is finite. Fisher tried to rat me out. Took care of it. Don't want to die in this tomb. But at least the whole nightmare will be over. Ah, Fisher was gonna snitch on you. You killed him! You killed Fisher! But I guess if he was gonna snitch on you, I can't really blame you. I guess. That's all Supervisor Viktorov managed to write, it seems. Without a clear air supply, I'm afraid she wouldn't have lasted long down there. Oh. A knife! That scratched-up antique looks to be a heavily modified consumer-grade pocket knife. It could probably be used to pry something open. You know, I believe it belonged to Mr. Lumumba. Perhaps you should mention it to him in the holosim chamber this evening. Perhaps I will. Is there anything else? No? I got a knife. I'm a tiny man with a knife. Gonna cause some trouble. You're in one of the digging chambers, or at least one that didn't completely collapse. Your signal is weak. Please be careful. LOL, Mr. Lumumba, I have a knife! Yeah. It looks like you found a data log. It appears to be the second in a series. I've pulled what audio I can from it. I'll read it for you. I'm... Koth. In the mine caves. I've been for... Koth. Some time. Cave-ins have made return... impossible. Viktorov, wheeze. Her eyes. So afraid. So manic. That fear reminded me... Koth. To keep going. I'm not giving up. You fool, Pierre. Cough. Long pause. Maybe your pig-headedness is exactly what I need right now. Violent cough. That's all I can recover from this log. Oh, what's this? Scan this boy. This drone has been heavily excavated for parts and pieces. It looks so helpless there, down in that awful place. Yeah. Scan this boy. It appears someone removed many of that drone's components. Judging by its condition, it was mercifully inoperable by that point. AI friend seems very sympathetic to the other robots. Very concerned about whether or not, they were working when their parts were taken out. That's interesting. Body of Maya Fisher. Why say mercifully? It robot. Yeah, I mean... maybe because AI friend is also, kind of robot. Maybe they're like, hey, be nice to robots because I'm also not a people and am synthetic. Maybe? Oops. I missed text block. That's okay. The scan revealed an item in her pocket, a replicated ring in a small box. It looks like a simple wedding band. It's of no use to us, but I find it curious. Well, it seems excavation supervisor Viktorov and geochemist Fisher both met their ends there. What a lonely place to die. Mr. Lumumba's audio file suggested he went down there as well, but apparently he isn't there. See if you can find out what happened to him. Was Maya gonna propose to somebody? Ooh. Broken drone parts. Let's see. I have a knife. It can pry things open. I probably need that for something. Flushing chamber. Scan this boy. There are chips and circuits from one of the excavation drones on the mine floor. They've been stripped of all their wiring. A thing. The thing I found? Is that the thing? Ah. The room. Upper right drone. Oh, okay. Ah, a thing, a boy. Let's scan this boy. The mining drone has been crushed by falling debris. It will never mine again. Thanks, AI friend. What do we got in here? Scan this. There's an empty emergency kit. It's been completely depleted of both rations and medical supplies. Scan this. The equipment contains the fragment of a data log. By the file number, it looks to be the third in a series. I'll read it. Quakes have stopped. This coffin, has held steady. No, not a coffin. Wheeze. I'm getting out of here. Pierre, you idiot. If you find this, if I don't make it out, cough. I want you to know I'm not giving up. Violent coughing. Energy, fuel. That's my specialty. Cough. And I've got an idea to help get Wheeze, somebody, off this rock, at least. The rest of the log is just background noise, and then it ends. It seems to be the last part of this particular recording. Well, those data files suggest that Mr. Lumumba attempted to escape. I think he probably did. It looks like you've discovered as much as you're going to down there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any fuel left for us to process. And now we're left with the mystery of what happened to Mr. Lumumba. But I don't want you to hang around in those mines any longer. Are you worried about me, AI friend? These parts are from one of the colony's drones, specifically energy core casings. The cores themselves are missing. Was Mr. Lumumba cannibalizing drones for their parts to fuel a ship or something, maybe? Maybe. Yeah. Okay. I think I explored all the things in there and checked all the things. There was something entirely unwholesome about those caves. There was a moment when I felt my communication link was getting weak. I must admit, I was worried. I didn't want you to lose focus or panic while you were down there, so I didn't say anything. In any case, you did great. Come back to base, and I'll process what you found today, and you can relax. Aw, you were worried about me, AI friend. Aw man, am I a robot? Am I a robot? I might be. I'm little. I don't have a face. An AI friend is worried about me. I guess that's not a problem. You are a robot. Romance the AI. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. That was a long day, wasn't it? Come see me right away so we can get your mission scans synced and sorted. Okay. Here's my stuff. Okay, all the data you've collected today is synced and ready to be worked on. You did well out there. Since you went to the caves, you'll be able to visit Mr. Lumumba in the Hollow Sim chamber tonight. You can retire to your quarters when you're ready. I'll call for you when the Hollow Sim chamber is available. Yeah. My empty photo frame. I didn't put the dog picture in there. It's time, Squid. The Hollow Sim chamber is ready for you now. Just head in there when you're ready. Have a good evening. I will. Nope, wrong way. Nope, wrong way. Okay. Begin the program. Well, look at you. The AI gave me a bit of info, but it's great to actually meet you. You made it back from the caves, I take it. How did it go? How did it go? I wouldn't say great. I'm not sure. It was awful. I don't want to say it was awful, even though it probably was a little bit. I don't know. You're not. Well, you're still alive, aren't you? That's always a good sign that you're doing something right. Yeah, I guess, yeah. You know, I've been thinking, the AI has us all working to get that escape ship upgraded and get you off this damn planet. And I just can't shake that feeling. Like, all this could have been avoided. That you're going through this for no good reason. That's absolutely true, my dude. But, you know, hopefully it's just the fault of, you know, unexpected planet activity and not the company we worked for fucking us over real good. Sometimes, even now, I get preoccupied thinking about old arguments or wondering what we could have done differently. Do you ever do that? Do you ever think about what might have been? Oh, I'm not sure what the right answer here is. Not really. Well, then you're definitely more forward-thinking than I am. I just can't let it go. Well, I know too well that the reason we're all here in this situation, and I'm saying this like a hologram for Pete's sake, this is because of the Rift event. Despite all of Hudson Cartier's study, decades of research, all our info, this planet just went and threw a wrench into everything. So many dead, senselessly so. We had this whole operation running like clockwork. Well, most of the time. But what we were doing was amazing. Of course, HC247A isn't the first successful terraforming project, but we were supposed to be the largest, and this first with boots on the soil from the get-go. Before, we'd just have those orbital platforms slowly nuking a planet with greenhouse gases, and then other drones taking care of the rest. But it took decades more than this project was supposed to take, and as you know, Earth wasn't in a state to wait that long. I don't know. What do you think? Did we do the right thing, coming out here? Setting up this new project, risking everything? Absolutely. I hoped you'd say that, if only to quiet my own worrying for a while. I mean, if Hudson Cartier didn't try to colonize so aggressively, we might not be here at all. You know, I was thinking, when things were running more smoothly, I felt more alive than I ever did back on Earth. Finding those crystals was a huge breakthrough. Normally projects like this have to haul all of their fuel and restocking is difficult. But a planet with a resource we could actually exploit changed everything. I was actually one of the first back home to get to see the delayed feeds from the old probe drones, to see the caves, the crystals, to get the sample results transmitted back to Earth. And it was such a thrill to realize that we could harness them, process them, and keep the project running indefinitely. But the one bit of data that was harder to fathom was how unstable the crystals could be when exposed to certain conditions, even with all our tests over the years. Simulations could only show us so much, and our actual sample size was initially so very small. But those are the risks, I suppose. I just wonder, if we had taken a little more time, could any of this have been avoided? But listen to me, I could turn this over and over in my head forever, and we just met. So, Squid, let's focus on the present. You must have info you need, or else you wouldn't have come here. What should we discuss? I would like to discuss your job. Well, the AI probably told you I was the resource manager, but sure, I can explain it a bit better. Knife. I'm gonna get to the knife. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll show him the knife. I was the person responsible for mapping out how to best use the resources available to any given project. Natural resources mostly. Some of the bean counters at Hudson Cartier thought I was like them, just a guy putting numbers in columns, making it all add up. But I never saw my job that way. I've always been an explorer. I like to find things. I like to mess around with them too. So figuring out how to mine the crystals on this planet, turn them into fuel so we could be self-sufficient, that was a challenge, and a satisfying one. I had great staff, though. Wonderful people to work with. Even though I wasn't fond of having a desk job, they made it worthwhile. Then the Rift event affected everything. It put the whole project into chaos, and so many of those good people suffered. But you were down there, weren't you? What did you find? I found some data logs. Did you? Now, well, these look to be from me to Pierre. I don't sound very well. That doesn't give me confidence in what you'll find next time around. Oh, I'm sorry. Oops. I think I made him sad. Here, buddy, I found a knife. Does that make you happy? Well, I'll be. That does jog a memory. I can't tell you more about where that comes from. I can tell you more where that comes from. It was actually my brother who gave me that knife. Well, the first version of it. I think I've had it for over 20 years. When one of the tools broke, I'd find tutorials on how to fix or replace them. When I did so poorly and cut myself, I started taking it seriously. My brother said a tool like this was the best kind of friend. If you keep it close, always look after it, it would always be there for you. The sure does bring back some memories. Sometimes you think too much and miss the easy solution. Seeing this again, maybe helping you with the ship isn't as complicated as I thought. It's about making things simpler, not more convoluted. I think I have some ideas. Thank you, Squid, for bringing this to me. It's given me some inspiration. What else do you have on your mind tonight? Your life! My life? You mean before this planet? I guess I have a few adventures to tell of. Why not? Before working with Hudson Cartier, I wasn't crazy about being in an office, you know? Even as a kid, I preferred being outside. There was a group of us when I was younger that used to host these challenges. They were like game shows, just for us. Each of us was active, outdoorsy, adventurous, but with various talents. Someone would set up that month's challenge, and the rest would agree to meet it. Like the one time Haley decided we'd have a hang gliding competition, none of us had done that before. We had 3 weeks to prepare. So we all joined classes or found someone to teach us or taught each other, and then we met on the bluffs outside the city. The goal was to glide the farthest and land safely. Haley went first. That was the rule. Whoever issued the challenge had to go first. And then we all went in turn. I'll be honest, I didn't prep as much as I should have. Things were different then. Too much time, too little responsibility. I was out having fun. So when I went, I made a big show of it. Like I was going to convince everyone I was the most ready. But, boy, I wasn't ready at all. Not by a long shot. Of the 5 of us, I glided third farthest, but I also did so right into an old barn settlement. Broke my leg in 12 places. Damn! In 12 places! That's a lot of places! In a leg! Legs aren't that big! Well, maybe yours are, because everyone who worked in this colony seemed to be super tall. So maybe you did have a lot of places. After that, well, I learned to take things a bit more seriously and to prepare. Listen, Squid, I don't know how much power the AI still has or how much this visit is using, but just to be sure, we should probably say goodbye for now. Do me a favor though, won't you? Put my mind at ease. Try to find out what happened. I don't want to fade away, thinking we doomed ourselves from the start. I will. I appreciate it. Hopefully when I see you again, the 4 of us will have made more progress. But until then, stay safe out there. I will do my best. Let's see. Back to bed. You weren't leaning far away from him. Yeah, I wasn't leaning that far away from him. Maybe you were right about the smell-o-vision. Or, maybe Spacesuit Friend is not as scared of him. He did look very friendly. You know, no reason to be nervous and shy. Ah, punctual as always, I see. Well, if you're up to it, we've got one more area to visit today. I'm ready. Coffee? ... Coffee? I will ensure that your shuttle has a fresh coffee pod ready when you leave. You should come to the core for now, though, so we can get started. Hell yeah! It's an apocalypse, but I still get some coffee. That's what I'm talking about. Well, today should be an easy choice. There is only one area left to check for now. However, I have been picking up rumblings of another storm on its way. You can access your ship as usual in the South Shuttle Bay. Please do be careful out there. I will do my best, AI friend. Hello, drone. What is this? Alright, let's go see about Pierre. Hopefully, he's not a turtle. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Well, we're finally here. Colony B. I haven't seen this facility since the Rift event blocked off all access. With only the recent seismic activity, it has been possible to come here again. And yet, I would very much prefer not to. Unfortunately, coming back is quite necessary. Today, you'll need to find 4 useful parts for the escape ship's thrusters. Please be careful. Okay. Enter. It's dark in there, isn't it? It will be difficult for you to find anything to scan like that. I imagine a lot of the facility won't work without some backup power. Okay, I can do that. South corridor is locked. Central service corridor is locked. Maintenance hatch! Yeah, get in those hatches. Spoopy. Very spoopy. Oh, a body! Hello? Who are you? I'll find out. Where did your helmet go, by the way? Locked. Server room beta. Inspect power cable. Ah, it looks like you found the problem in this area. There is power here, but the connection is loose. Are you going to reconnect the power cable? Yeah! Hooray! Can I scan anything in here? Like this? Some of these? No? Alright. There is limited power again in that area. Try looking around now that you can see. Who are you, body? You've scanned the body of Facility Services Supervisor Leon Robertson. It looks like he was crushed by debris. He likely died a mercifully quick death. Mr. Roberts supervised the day-to-day maintenance of Colony B under Chief William King. He probably had a tough time keeping that place running smoothly. Can I scan this? Those tubes delivered waste materials that were repurposed or stored for reuse in the future. Quite a bit never got recycled. Oh. Okay. Use maintenance hatch. Yeah! Zoop! We got server rack. Some of the data servers are still functioning. That one looks like a master array, but it's inaccessible right now. If you can find the access card that it requires, we can read some of the data there and perhaps uncover more of what happened. What is this? Good work. Your scan of that component will help us repair the escape ship's thrusters. Without this data, the thrusters wouldn't be able to hold a charge for long. Now we need only 3 more thruster parts, and you can get out of there. Neat. What's this? That server rack has been completely eaten away and disabled by the elements, but it looks like someone was trying to modify it somehow. There's a busted portable generator. and extra networking equipment in that nest. It's like someone was trying to send a signal. Water time. Shoop. Boop. Doop bloop. No, nothing else in here? Okay. What's this? What's this? And this? Nothing? Alright. Ooh. Oh, who are you? It looks like you've scanned the broken remains of machine operator Sentwali Terzi. He and his teams maintain the drones. I believe he's been dead since 2058, likely due to the major seismic event that created the rift and led to the collapse of Colony B. There's a single file on a data pad in his pocket. It seems to reference Director Pierre Tong. I can pull a tiny bit of audio from it for you. Drone team's no longer functioning. Disorder is creeping in everywhere. We're trying so very hard, but without resources, we can't get ahead. The chief is working to exhaustion, but he seems distracted by something. Worst of all is, Tong has abandoned us. Where did he go? Oh. Okay. He just left? That's weird. That storage area has almost completely been reduced to rubble. How terrible. It's a worn-looking old server access card. Someone must have dropped it in all the chaos. Yeah. What's this? This. I want to scan it. You've scanned a part that we can use for reference in the ship's escape fuel line, so the thrusters don't run out of power. Excellent work. We only need 2 more thruster parts, and you can get out of there. Hooray! Inspect this wall. Oh, that is truly awful. There are bodies underneath that rubble. I can't read their signatures or know who they are. This is terrible, Squid. I wish we didn't have to root through all this refuse and see all of this. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. A little bit. Oh, where did I go? Where did I go? Oh, I can go up here? Is there stuff? What? 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 Let's do it again. What? Up? Around? What? Where did I go? Where am I? Huh. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Huh. That's interesting. I wonder why. What was I doing before I got lost in the map? Let's scan you, yeah. What's in here? It looks like that part of the colony is also without power. Actually, I'm gonna go back to the other room. I forgot I grabbed that, card thing. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. In here? Yeah. Right? Was it here? Can I... Well, I know, but I found that thing. Don't I put it in here? Is it in the other room? Maybe. Oh, yeah, it's this one. Okay, the server accepted the access card. There are details here that never got synced with me after the Rift event. Separated the two colonies. Oh. Oh no. These logs say that 14 colonists were killed on that day alone. I didn't know that. Project leader Pierre was there at the time. You would think with his charisma and position, he would have been able to maintain order. According to maintenance logs, the colony became impossible to maintain very quickly. Several mentioned that Mr. Tong was no longer present. That's weird. Very weird. Yeah. Into... Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to step on you. Let's see. In this dark area. Maintenance hatch. Oh. It's dark in here. Power conduit. The power conduit has been separated by seismic activity. You'll need to reconnect it to restore power. Are you going to reconnect the power conduit? Yeah! Yeah. Any stuff in here? Can I wander off the map? Like I did in that other room? No? Alright. Alright. That's fine. In here. Oh, what is this? You've scanned an elaborate set of schematics that somebody drew. It looks like they were drafted by hand. Very skillfully, too, I might add. It's difficult to ascertain what the schematics are for. They are incomplete and very complex. This is only half of the drawing. If I were to hazard a guess, I'd say they pertain to the escape ship. However, if you can find the other half, this could be good news for us. Sweet. Nothing else? Okay. Oh. An emergency lock has been engaged from within. If you can find something to remove the bolts at the bottom, you can bypass the lock. What? I gotta find a thing? Okay. Oh, what is here?
storage bins. These overflowing storage bins used to contain extra supplies and tools. They've been completely cleaned out, probably some time ago. Ah, dagnabbit. But I need stuff. How about in here? Stuff? Stuff that I need? Are you in here? Just a room full of tubes. Alright. That's fine. Okay. How about in here? Maybe? I need a thing. Those poor people buried alive within will likely never even be remembered. How tragic. Yeah, it is pretty sad. But you sure there's no screwdriver in there? No wrong thing? I can pull those bolts out. Nothing? No? Alright. Okay. Let's check this maintenance hatch. Rusted waste pile. No. Nothing on these shelves? Nothing? Power cables, some of this. I didn't see anything. Probably getting more useful information. Well, I don't know where to look. So, whatever. Let's see. No, I don't want to go in. I just wanna look at stuff. Is there anything here? No. Okay, I can't leave until I find the thing. Wait, oh, here. There's a door. Here. Cool. That is extremely helpful. Let's go in here. Hooray! Yay! Take it. Take the spanner. Of course I'm gonna take it. I don't know what it is. I don't care. It must have belonged to Mr. Robertson. Not to be unkind, but he doesn't need it anymore. Hopefully it will help you along the way. I bet it'll help with that door problem. A thing. This drawing. Scan it. That is an immaculately crafted set of schematics. It appears to match the other set you found. There are notes regarding thrusters and fuel conservation. The draftsmanship is really top-notch. It was probably made with just a pencil and simple straight edge. Even the circular lines are near perfect. Whoever made this is quite skilled. sometimes human precision and the ability really impresses me. When you visit Mr. Tong in the Holosim chamber, I suggest you ask him about these. Perhaps he can help explain them to us. Maybe he can. The shelves have been completely picked clean. It's possible that with no outside access, the colonists ran out of supplies a long time ago. Yeah, that's very possible. Electrical room. Who are you? Oh my, these blackened remains belong to mechanical engineer Sasha Kaminsky. If your scan is correct. Miss Kaminsky was an excellent engineer, though her records mention several minor accounts of insubordination towards maintenance chief William King. She must have got caught in a severe electrical current that went when that room was destroyed. What a terrible waste of a good mind. Oh, you can't proceed through there until you shut off the current. It's dangerous. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Oh, if I shut off the power, will I be able to get into that room, though? Whatever. I forgot where I need the spanner. Over here? Maybe? Yeah. Let's see if the spanner you found will work on that door. It does. Oh, who are you? William! After all this time, I finally meet you in person, sort of. I'm sorry to say you've scanned the body of Maintenance Chief William King. Judging by the remains, he sustained life-threatening injuries. However, the position of the body suggests that he somehow brought himself to that room despite his condition. He must have really wanted to accomplish something. Beside Mr. King, there's a small children's book. Its cover depicts an idyllic farm scene in watercolor. In the scene, there's a girl with reddish hair surrounded by several animals. A goat, a pig, and a sheep are lying down as if they're sleeping. Okay. Red hair, a goat, a pig, a sheep. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. I have all these switches I can use? No. Okay. So, the book must be about the switches. Yes. Yes, a pig. And the last one is... no. A goat? Yes. Do you hear that? It sounds like a modified distress signal from William King. Short and set to repeat. It's difficult to make out, so I'll read it to you. To W. Things are bad here. I'm afraid. Not much time now. Hoping you... This over there. Oxygen is low. You're smart. Strong. You were right to leave. Tong is... something new. But it's too late. Too much. Is compromised. Goodbye, W. I'm afraid the transmission cuts off there, and only sounds of rumbling and shouting can be heard. What an unfortunate end to Mr. King. He appears to have used his last moments to contact someone. I wonder if he was successful. Oh, Squid, take a look. I think the server rack on the south end of the room is open now. What is this? That 3D stabilization system gives me the reference I need to construct something similar for our ship. It will help me get the thrusters ready. Now we only need one more thruster part and you can get out of there. Cool. Primary storage unlocked. Nope. Main server. No. Was there something else in this room? No. No. Okay. Just checking. What now? I think I need to turn off some electricity to get into another room. In here? Maybe? Into the electrical room? No. Okay. Let's go here? No. Let's go here? Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Secondary storage. No. Where was the electric? Where was in a maintenance hatch, I think. Where were those tubes? I don't think those tubes. But is it this tube? Did I, by plugging in those cords without checking, cut myself off of that room I didn't know was there? Huh. Maybe. I might have cut myself off from that room. Can't proceed until you shut up. Oh, okay. It's right here. Cool, cool. Yeah, turn it off. No, don't turn it back on. Yeah, turn that off. Yeah, turn that off. Scan this. It is fortunate for us that the colonists found no need for this scrapped motor. Its data can be used for the ship's thrusters. Okay, you've successfully found everything we need for today. Please, let's not stick around any longer than we need to. You should come on home. But I want to make sure I snooped all the things I needed to snoop. No, surely I did. I got that drawing and, unless I want to fiddle around with that server room again to check. AI friend said something and I wasn't paying attention. Yes. 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 Hmm? Yes. Yes. No. Yes. No. No. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. It's fine. Whatever it was, it's fine. I don't... Whatever. It's fine. I don't remember what she said. It probably wasn't what AI friend said. It's probably not super important. That's okay. I fear that was not the worst of it. There was so much damage and death, but we need to get working on those thrusters, so come back right away. Yeah, alright. Return to colony. Mew. Driving in the acid rain. Yeah. What time is it? 11? Yeah. I think I will end this after I sync up with AI friend again. It's probably been plenty long. Squid, do you hear the storm outside? Oh, yeah, I hear it. I thought you might. The wind has really picked up and it's getting increasingly hostile out there. The weakening of the planet has caused a violent new storm system to come our way. This wind is just the beginning. You should still be able to have one of your extracurricular meetings, but if I believe your safety is compromised, I'll have to shut things down. Since you went to Colony B, you'll be able to visit with Mr. Tong in the Holosim chamber tonight. Be mindful this evening. I would hate to see our last remaining home damaged the way Colony B was. Well... yeah... yeah... I guess. Alright, let's take a nap for a while. Oh, different cutscene. That's interesting. Squid, please wake up. We may not have much time tonight. I was gonna end it. Oh, I'll finish this, maybe, and then I'll end it on the new day. I know how much these visits mean to the holograms, so as long as you don't take too long, you should be okay. But when your meeting is over tonight, please head straight to your quarters. I fear the storm may get worse any minute. Stay safe tonight, Squid. Wait, are you saying I had the option to not immediately return to my quarters after I finished hanging out with the holograms? I could have gone and done something else? Or do you just not want me to yell at this bucket? Huh. Okay. So be it, I suppose. Oh, inaccessible. That's right, I'm going the other way. I'm going here. And here. Hello, Pierre. I'm glad to see you're not a turtle. Well, hey there, Squid, is it? A4B AF4B/3B told me all about you and your visit to Colony B today. How are you holding up? I'm doing okay. AF4B/3B is very fortunate to have you. I'm impressed with your resilience. It's probably all I have going for me. Listen, I hope you can help me out. As I work in here, I realize I have so many gaps in my memory, and it's frustrating. You probably know that at some point the real me left Colony B. After that, AI couldn't keep an updated image on me, so I don't know what I did. I'm worried about what happened. I mean, did I abandon everyone? It's all I think about, so please, what did you see out there today? Destruction. That is awful. The Rift event disrupted most of our facilities all at once. It was a huge struggle to keep things running. We lost dozens of drones, and well, more than a few workers. Good people, too. Engineers and supervisors. I had to step in to fill in the gaps. But there was only so much I could do, you know? I thought people would be able to pick themselves up, move on, and stay alive. But not everyone could. Especially me. I was very close to the resource manager, Jean Lumumba, back then. But the destruction affected even our relationship. Oh, did you break up with your boyfriend? We had very differing opinions on how to deal with things, you know? And I think our fight is probably a big reason I took off. What fight? I think he was thinking of survivors as refugees, but I still considered them crew. I was upset that not everyone was coping well. What else did you see out there today? I saw some bodies. Damn it. I remember what happened when the Rift event killed so many people. We were all shocked. I took it badly. I know that. I had drones working to recover bodies for a while. We couldn't really spare the resources, but people wanted that closure. I just don't think I wanted to see them. Every body we found was like a personal failure, and without our connection to AF4B/3B, we couldn't communicate with your facility. We started to feel hopeless. I could tell some of the workers started to think differently about me then. I was stressed, overworked.
But I guess we all were. The place was chaos. It was around then that I started to feel that perhaps I wasn't as well equipped for the job as I thought. I mean, nobody expects an apocalypse, so I don't know, buddy. I guess you did your best, but that might depend on where you ran off to when you abandoned the colony. ... Please, the AI seems reluctant to talk about it and I can't get answers. I just want to know what happened after I left. Dealing with the deceased and wounded put enough strain on our resources as it was, but our connection to AF4B/3B was cut as well. That meant we had no contact with Colony A, your facility, and after a long while without outside contact, things were dire. I recall sitting in my office one night, the real version of the simulated room. I was completely defeated. But I was supposed to be the director, you know? I had to get it together, put on a good face, so I carried on as best as I could. Being the person that everyone is counting on isn't easy, is it? I mean, you know this, now. You're all that's left of this mess. But I'm beginning to see that you're the kind of person who can deal with stress. It's actually kind of comforting. But what if you weren't dealing with all of this, say, back on Earth? Any hobbies? Personal likes? I like reading. Big reader, are you? Yes. So many fanfics. So much. And weird space novels that have cats in them for no reason. That was one of the best ideas we had for the project, stocking the network with thousands and thousands of digital books. Listen, I know our time here is limited, and I've been going on, but you coming here to spend time, it means a lot to me, and I appreciate you listening. But there must be something I can actually help you with. Anything you want to know? LOL, more space cat novels. Yeah. I don't know why I like them so much, but it's just such a good, specific genre. Yeah, I want to know more about AI Friend. It's asleep now, isn't it? I almost feel bad talking about it behind its back, but I can tell you more, sure. I didn't design the AI, that was another engineer back on Earth, but I sure came to enjoy its company and insights once we arrived here. The neat thing about AI Friend is that it's so powerful given the resources. It can be paying attention to almost everyone on the colony at once. It's like everyone had a friend at their side, though I guess not everyone saw it that way. Some colonists never gelled with the AI. I think part of the reason was that we didn't give it a more human name. It ended up being less relatable than Hudson Cartier hoped. Come to think of it, I can't even remember what its name means anymore. Most people just gave it their own nickname and it didn't seem to mind. We're all stuck in here. Just having the AI with you out there must be some comfort, at least. The companionship is important. Yeah, AI Friend's pretty cool, even if they are a snitch. What else can we discuss? The escape ship. You're really focused, I'll give you that, sure. I can tell you a little more about the ship. There were only 2 ships in the project, one in each colony. We couldn't bring more with us. They were complex, delicate, and cumbersome. When the rift event tore our colony apart, the first thing I checked was the escape ship. It was a complete loss. I was horrified. Some of the colonists thought we should be putting resources and drones toward building more escape ships after we were up and running smoothly. I could understand that, but we couldn't afford it. It took everything just to process the planet's resources and run the terraforming operation.
The escape ships weren't meant as a large-scale lifeboats. They could only fit a few people. But that's more than enough for you and the AI. You're going to succeed, Squid. I just know it. And I promise you, I'll do everything I can to help. What else can we discuss? I would like to know more about your schematics, please. What are these schematics? I seem to recall something I was working on. Not clearly. Let's see. These are definitely mine. But if I had access to network systems, I would have used them. Why would I have hand-drawn these? Unless I may have drawn them up after the Rift event. They look like they're for a new way to reduce fuel usage in the thrusters for takeoff. I'd like to believe I was still trying to help out the survivors. I don't want to think that I just gave up on them. More importantly, though, you might be able to use these yourself. If you find any more schematics like these, please bring them to me. Well, listen, it's late and you shouldn't eat up too much of the facility's cycles on this visit. You need to get back out there tomorrow. Squid, I thank you for stopping by. I hope I'm able to provide some insight into what happened. If you can, though, I must have tried to help people out. I have to believe that. If you find any more schematics, proof that I tried to help, please let me know. I will. That's what I like to hear. Until next time, I'll be waiting. Woohoo! Yeah. And main hallway. Back to sleep. And there. I guess this is a good spot to end on, what is it, day 5? Yeah, day 5. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good place to stop. Oh! The controller was shaking. Oh. AI friend, I'm trying to end this for today. Alright, yes. This is, I think, a good place to stop. A nice little cliffhanger. And I'll continue some other time. Bye. Oh, how do I end it? I still haven't figured it out. Kapu? What are you doing with those noodles? I wish I had noodles. Yeah. Same. Wait, do you not have any? Do you not have any noodles? You have 1 noodles left. Oh, that's so sad. Is that why you're not eating them? Yeah. Yeah. I guess I understand. I stopped carrying your fave spicy noodles. Oh. That's weird. What if you ordered just like a little case online? Just a little bulk box. Apparently you can do that with some kind of canned tea. Perhaps other things you can as well. That is genius. I try. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. How do I stop? Closing the whole thing worked last time. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Let's